Scrappy friends. I'm so excited to be here with you today using the October kits. These kits are so lovely. The colors, everything worked together so well. And what I'm going to be doing with this layout today is using the color kit. In the color kit this month, we received a stencil, a leaf stencil in 3 Lindy's Gang colors. I'm going to be using the California Poppy Gold and the Magnolia Magenta Gold, and I'm going to use a small blending brush to just blend these colors through the stencil. One thing I love about the stencil is if you're using a small enough blending tool, you can blend the exact pieces of the stencil that you like. So as you can see, I go in and take my stencil and turn it around, and I want to build up on the stenciling, so I am just going to find specific leaves in my stencil to go in and smudge some of the ink in. So I don't know if it's coming through the camera as well as it's coming through in person, but these colors look absolutely beautiful using the stencil. So I go into layer in my papers, and I'm doing this to find the next spot that I want to add my stenciling to. Next, I'm going to be using the magenta, the Magnolia Magenta, and this color is just as beautiful. I really wasn't expecting it to come out like this, but I was so pleased when I saw how beautiful everything looked together. So I'm just taking my time and trying to get it positioned right. Like I said, I like coloring in specific leaves in the stencil so I can make sure they are where I need them to be to peek from the bottom of my papers. And I'm just going to go in and continue to build up the stenciling. So with my picture today, I'm using a lovely picture from the park, one of our favorite parks. And the funny thing is that even though it's fall, I live in Georgia, so this was a beautiful fall day where we didn't need a coat or a jacket or a sweater. It was just lovely. And it's days like this that I really love living in the South. So I'm just going in and picking my papers or showing my papers. So these papers are from the pattern papers in the kit, and I love all the patterns on them. And what I did was I cut the strips down to, I think they were like 7 by 1 inch. And then I also go in and add I cut the edge of the papers to one edge of the papers to mimic tags. So I'm just doing that to one side of the paper, and then I'm going in with my hole puncher, and I'm going to use some embroidery floss. I remember what it is this week. I'm going to use my embroidery floss and just put it through the tag and let it come through the back of the tag and just adhere it down to the page. Now, I love how that stenciling is coming through the lines, coming through the papers. It's so pretty. I still just can't believe how it turned out because I wasn't expecting that. I know it was going to be pretty, but I didn't expect it to blend so well and so smoothly through the stencils. These colors are absolutely gorgeous, and they match the kit so well. So what I'm doing with these tags is once I'm adding my string to them, my embroidery floss, I am going in and just getting them positioned right. I'm going to add foam tape. The foam tape is going to help it have depth and dimension up off of the page, especially with the leaf stencil pattern coming through the back of the page. So that's one thing. Like I said, I always love to use my foam tape. It is just such a handy tool when you're dealing with paper crafts. So I also had another idea to let coordinating leaf colors come from each of the papers, and I love that pattern paper in the middle. It kind of brings the magenta and the yellow together so well, and the paper was so pretty. So once I flipped it, I actually wasn't even planning on using that paper. Once I flipped that yellow pattern paper and I saw that that was on back, I kind of fell in love with that. So now I'm just adding another tag to my photo. I'm just taking my time to build up this cluster. And what I'm going to do once again is add foam tape to the back of my photo to make that pop off the page really nicely. Now, if you don't want thick pages like when you go to put them in your scrapbook, the pages might be too thick. So if you want to skip the foam tape and just adhere them flat to the page, that would be no problem at all. I love the dimensions, so I just suffer through just about all of my layouts have layers and layers of foam tape. So if you notice, my design wasn't perfectly centered on the page, and I didn't have a problem with that because I knew I was going to go in with this beautiful plaid purple paper from the separate paper kit, and I knew I was going to use it as a background for my page. Now I love how that purple color just helps the other colors and the layout pop. Is so pretty. So I'm just kind of going and decide what title I want for my layout. I tried a lovely and it looked pretty, but to me I felt like it was blending in too well. So I just go, oh, and then I had the idea to maybe use the green letters to add a second part of the title. And that didn't quite work out, so I go in and use Fall Wonder for my title. And I also took some of those puffy hearts or foam hearts and add them to the corresponding colors of the leaves. And I just took my time and continued to build on it with some of the other embellishments from the embellishment kit. I go in with the bows, the paper bows. They looked so pretty, and I really wanted to find a way to add the flower pins into the layout, so I'm just going to try and play with it, and then eventually I find a good place for the flower pin or paper clip. It's like not a paper clip, it's like a clothespin. That's the word I'm looking for. The little clothespins have flowers on them, pink and purple colors, and they are so cute. So I definitely wanted to find a way to use it, and I found on my bottom strip that was the perfect place for it. And you're just going to see me go in and take my time and add a few more embellishments before I call it done. Let me just say, I really love how this layout turned out. I'm really happy that the color kit inspired me to try this, and it came out so beautifully. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy our process videos and you want to see more of beautiful layouts like this. And don't forget to check out hipkitclub.net to see all the options for the monthly kits. Thank you so much for following along today. I hope you have a scrappy day. Bye.